Good afternoon, everybody. I'm going to call to order today's meeting of the Legal Specialization Screening Committee. And what I'd like to do is to introduce myself and then call the roll. I am Chairperson Rosemarie Payne. My Vice Chair, Attorney Jeffrey Lowe, are you here?
I am.
Great. And Attorney Patrick Kennedy, could you signify that you are here?
I am here.
Great. Attorney Brian Henry, yes?
Here as well.
Terrific. And Attorney Denise Ponziani, our counsel, could you also indicate your presence?
I am here.
Great. Okay. So we will get started and I will begin the meeting by asking for a motion for approval of the April 27th, 2021 minutes.
I would so move.
Okay. I didn't catch who that was.
Sure, this is Jeff Lowe, and I would so move.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
I will second.
Thank you. And that
That's Brian.
I'm not catching the. Okay, sorry. Thank you.
No problem.
Any discussion? Any corrections?
None from Jeff Lowe.
Hearing none. All in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion would carry unanimously. Next on our agenda is consideration of the American Board of Certification's renewal application to certify lawyers as specialists in business and consumer bankruptcy. Attorney Ponziani, could you, Ponziani rather, sorry about that. Could you just highlight for us if there are any changes? I didn't see any.
Nothing of any substance, other than the organization no longer maintains a staff to process lawyers seeking to be certified as specialists. And the exam is evaluated not by just it is currently evaluated by the faculty committee. On the prior application, it was by ABC officers, the faculty committee, and by a psychometrician.
Okay.
Those were the only items that I noticed that were substantively different.
Great, thank you. And it appears we have a guest with us. Good afternoon, sir.
Good morning. Yeah, good afternoon. It's Robert Dwyer.
Okay.
Attorney Dwyer's on the committee.
Thank you. Oh, right.
Or I'm a spectator, whatever you want.
No, thank you. You know what? Forgive me. We meet a bit infrequently, and I realize I'm going off of the last minutes, so
No
I
problem.
apologize for that.
No problem.
Okay, well, welcome. We just approved the minutes, and then we went on to the first agenda item, which is the certification. Does anybody? I guess I would open the floor for questions or discussion.
Just a quick question. How long have they been certified by us? I take it it's quite some time.
It is quite some time. Their current certification is up on September 25th, so we will get your decision on the Rules Committee agenda prior to that. They should be meeting early in September.
Okay. Just out of curiosity, not out of any substance, what is a psychometrician, if I heard that word correctly?
I don't know. That's
Good question.
me also when I reviewed the application.
Okay.
Anybody else have any questions or discussion?
Just briefly, Denise, some of the other certifiers, are they, how is it they typically do their evaluation of exams? Do they usually do it by just an individual body? Do they have?
I did not compare that with others. I
More
can't.
out of curiosity, and I guess curious as to why, other than maybe it's more effective for them to do it maybe based on the volume of applications, who knows? but for whatever reason, they've changed their evaluation method, I should say, and I don't know that that causes me any particular concern, but it's just more curiosity than anything.
The only other minor note I had a question, this is really nothing critical, but I know it, unless I'm misreading, it looks like they did not for some reason complete. They seem to have filled out the form pretty thoroughly. 16L and 16M were not completed. Maybe that's just because of the natures of the questions. I don't know.
Can you, for all of us, I have the application on my computer, but could you just read those questions so we could all sort of?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, they're pretty short. And again, this is a series of questions under item 16, which is, let's see, it's follow-up questions regarding the examination. And then 16.
It's on page 6 of 7 of the application, just for reference.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. So 16L, which is unanswered, asks how each form of the examination is determined to be reliable. That is, that the test results of each form of the examination are consistent or replicable. And 16M asks how each form of the examination is determined to be valid. That is, that the content and emphasis of the examination proportionately reflects the knowledge and skills needed for an enhanced level of skill and expertise in the specialty area. Again, the lack of answers to this doesn't particularly trouble me. It was just a minor thing I noted.
And Denise, we could still give our recommendation, but point out that those are missing if that causes anybody else concern.
I'm sure you could do that if you wish to.
Would we need to modify, do you think we need to modify the proposed motion if we wanted to do that? Or would that just be something that you could note, do you think?
I could note it in a cover letter to them that their application was approved, but point out that they did not answer these two questions and they should do so on any upcoming applications. It may hold up the approval with the Rules Committee.
I think, is everybody comfortable with that approach?
Yes.
Yes.
So yeah, just get the approval in. And, yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Okay, good. And just find all right. Any other discussion?
None here.
Okay, if everybody's ready, I would request that we adopt a resolution as follows. The Legal Specialization Screening Committee recommends that the American Board of Certification be approved. Hang on one second. A minute. Hold the wrong one. Be approved for certification, recertification as a certifier in the specialty areas of business bankruptcy law and consumer bankruptcy law pursuant to its application dated May 4th, 2021, because in the opinion of the committee, it does meet all of the criteria and the rules as developed by the committee to evaluate whether entities should be approved as certifiers. Did I read that correctly, Attorney Poncini?
There is, it is to be approved for a 5-year period and subject to the condition that if approved, the applicant shall be required to notify promptly the Legal Specialization Screening Committee of any material changes in its methodology for certifying lawyers as specialists during the term of its approval.
Great. Do I hear such a motion?
I would so move, subject to discussion.
Okay. Any second?
Second. Go ahead, sir.
Patrick, I'll second.
Great. Okay, and then that would also be with the cover letter, which is, I understand, does not need to be made a part of the formal motion, indicating the lack of completeness on the application in the areas we identified. All in favor?
Aye.
I'm in favor.
Okay, any opposed? Okay, the motion carries unanimously. Next on our agenda is something we had discussed at the last meeting, consideration of a revision of the form, the JDES 63 form, to add the new instruction, which you see at the top under number 4, which is any changes, deletions, or additions to the prior application should be itemized in a separate document. So again, this was discussed just to make it easier for us to identify identify and then potentially discuss as necessary any of the differences between the prior application and the current application. So do we want to have more discussion on this, or are we ready for a vote based upon the prior discussion?
The only thing, I guess the question is, Rosemary, do we, or Denise, do we have the Rules Committee formally approve this, or do we make a recommendation? How do we do this?
I think you recommend to the Rules Committee that this is the revision that you have requested, and the draft has been completed in accordance with that.
Okay. Draft looks fine to me.
Okay, so, all right, great. Then I would entertain a motion to recommend the modification of the form as we discussed.
I would so move. Jeff Lowe.
Okay, thank you. Any second?
Second, Patrick Kennedy.
Great. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any? I think that brings to the conclusion everything we have. Are there any other issues anybody has for discussion, or any new business?
I don't have to.
Well, once again, this committee is just just expeditious and cheerful as always. I take no credit. It's all Denise.
Oh.
So thank you. And I guess until the next time, actually, Denise, do you know when we'll be meeting next, or anything coming up?
Not until there's another application submitted or some issue that needs to be discussed.
Great. Okay. Well, I'll, I guess, entertain a motion to adjourn.
I move to adjourn.
Great. Everybody have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank
Take care.
So.
Bye-bye.
Bye.